What's up, Carnival Spirits? It's TJ. I'm just chiming in this weekend with my weekly spirits entry. Where's my Marsh Lagoon? Well, I've got a two-part answer for you. Firstly, I actually have the ability to create a headspace and go to my Marsh Lagoon mentally, no matter where I am. And anytime I'm bogged down with troubles, worries, problems, which is way more than I want to admit, I'm a little fucked up in the head. And I'm at my Marsh Lagoon a lot. I find that listening to certain music helps me get there, and watching certain movies helps me get there. I've got go-to bands and albums that I listen to over and over and over again, and I've got certain flicks on DVD that I will watch over and over and over again, and it's comforting. It's cathartic. It's like soul food for my eyeballs and my ears and my brain. I'm able to mentally go to my Marsh Lagoon and kind of work things out. And I do it here in my crib, in the car. My car is definitely a Marsh Lagoon, where I can blast music, and while I'm on the road, I'm also miles away. But if it has to be a tangible place, I'd say that in my hometown of Rowley, there's a pond that is on the border of Rowley, Ipswich, and Topsfield. It's called Hood's Pond. Back in high school, I used to go there with my best friend. Nature walks, campfires at night. It's isolated. You'll see people jogging or hiking or fishing, canoeing, but it's far and few between. It's nice to go there when there's no one else around, except maybe there's like a rustling in the bushes and you don't know if it's a ghost or a fucking monster. But Hood's Pond has always been a special place to me. We frequent Hood's Pond. I wish I could go there more. We go there every so often, and it's always kind of like, it feels like a Marsh Lagoon situation where after going to Hood's Pond, I feel great. I made a song about it. I'm going to put a link in the description below. You can listen to it. It's called The Woods of Hoods. And maybe the lyrics will make sense to you now that you know what it is. But I also want to include a couple more links, a couple more songs. One of them is Graffiti and Kung Fu, which is the opening track to my album. And the reason I want to share that is because just yesterday, it actually got played on the radio. A friend of mine got a gig hosting a radio show. He introduced me as a Juggalo rapper. He talked about me drinking that 17-year-old expired Faygo. He got some of the facts wrong. He said it was a bottle. And you can tell that this guy doesn't think very highly of Juggalos, but he gave me props, and he played my song on the radio. So I'm actually going to share a snippet of him introducing my song right here, right now, but go down in the description of this video to hear the actual song itself. And then the third link I want to share with you guys, it's a song that is with an interview that I did. It's a 5-part interview. It's one of 5 songs in the Juggalo Agenda EP that I put out in 2008. Released it at The Gathering, and then the following year in January of 2009, I did an interview on, I think it was Blog Talk Radio, with my dude Reverend Loki. And Reverend Loki hosted a stage, like an underground stage at The Gathering at Cave and Rock back in 2008 called the Shangri-La Resort, and he let me perform there. But I want to share with you guys the interview that I did with him, where I actually talk about the song When I Get to Shangri-La, and I'll let the interview speak for itself. So check those 3 links out. And here's my dude Chris Ryan introducing me on the radio yesterday.
HC Media Radio, where all the cool kids hang. And some of the lame ones, too.
Next, I have someone who heard the call and submitted some material. And that artist is BstMstR. BstMstR is a rap artist, also a juggalo, which is a fun fact, because I never thought I would play a juggalo on my show, but I'm going to do it because this guy's good. And his material isn't necessarily have to be associated with juggalos or the Insane Clown Posse. He stands alone. He's really good. And something he did recently, which attracted a lot of attention on the internet. He drank a 17-year-old bottle of Faygo soda. Now, I don't know if any of you out there are ICP fans or know what Faygo is. Well, let me explain. Faygo is the soda of choice for juggalos. It is cheap, it is nasty, but much like a juggalo, nasty stuff is what they like. So what Beastmaster did is he drank a 17-year-old bottle of Faygo live on Facebook. And I know that it attracted tens of thousands of viewers. So search that out. I haven't even seen it yet. He told me about it, and I'm so anxious to see it. So he submitted his material. You should too. All right, so here we have Beastmaster with Graffiti and Kung Fu.